Cooking yam in a very different way. So for me, I get very creative when it comes to the kitchen. And so even the most common dishes you probably know, I try to improvise and make my personal recipe out of them. So today I tried making Yamarita. Yamarita is a very popular Nigerian dish, particularly in the Hausa cuisine, made by dipping parboiled white yam slices into a seasoned egg and flour butter and then deep frying them until golden. It is very versatile and can be served as snack, side dish, or even main meals. It's often paired with tomatoes, pepper, sauce, ketchup, or fried fish. There were just too many steps involved while I was making this food, and I said to myself, at this point, I could have just turned the entire flour into the yam and eggs, and it would have saved me a ton of time. But full disclosure, I wanted you to see the exact steps that were involved in making yamarita. If you're trying to make this food for the first time, you could adhere to my own steps. Otherwise, if you're quite good at it, you can just pour the entire flour into the batter, and it would serve perfectly. Whew. Okay, this is definitely one of my longest voiceovers, and I'm getting so tired. So where were we? Okay, so at this point, you isolate the yam from the flour just so you don't have a dirty looking oil and you can reuse. Something about me, I try to recycle as much as possible. There is no single waste in my kitchen. I try to reuse every single thing, and that's the exact reason why I decided to fry the eggs. The eggs were the remaining eggs from the yam after mixing the yam and the eggs together, if that makes sense. At this point, you fry until golden and you take out. You do the same for the entire batch of yam, all depending on your quantity. And like I said, I love to recycle. So we're going to be using the same oil to fry the sauce. So my sauce is made up of tomatoes, pepper, onions, and tuna. I added turmeric, crayfish. One thing about my cooking, I never miss out of a good turmeric. I love turmeric. I don't recommend you folding immediately you add your sauce to the pan. You gotta let it fry a little bit. Anyway, do you say fold or stir? Is this a stir scenario or a fold scenario? Okay, but by the way, I added the eggs. Can you remember the eggs from a few seconds ago? I added it into my beautifully golden fried sauce. Now we add the entire ramarita into the sauce and you stir and food is ready. Like I always say, a good recipe is exactly what you make out of it. Would you be trying my recipe?